baby.
It's just be. That's just that. Ain't no more to say. To Marcelino and Brittany, and Brittany's coming in and she's telling Marcelino about her day at the courthouse and what information she was able to gather. So she gets there and he's actually putting away the dishes, which I thought was really cute. And she gets in there and they're talking and she tells him how, hey, you know how juvenile cases are, really hard to get to. Okay, well, since I was a minor, it's even harder to get to my kids' information because my stuff is locked up. And so as she's getting ready to tell him, like, everything, he kind of, like, butts in and, well, okay, I know how this goes. Like, it's looking bad because I know, like, the minor cases are blah, blah. And it's like, Marcelino, bruh. Just shut up and be there for your woman. Don't nobody need you. You know what I find so funny? Is that with Brittany and, her trying to find her other children and stuff, this is the second time Marcelino has felt the need to butt in and tell her the negative of the situation. Why don't you feel that way about poker? Why ain't you never, talk about really the odds in poker? Because wouldn't that make you not want to play? Like, wouldn't that make you want to go get a job where you have a steady stream of income that helps protect your family instead of something that is not dependable, something that could fluctuate? You can have a good year, you can have a bad year, you can have a bad month, you can have a bad day, you can have bad hours. Like, it's just, like, so weird to me that someone who acts like, oh, I gotta make sure all my stuff's together and in a row and I can see the negative in things, but you can't see the negative in your shit. Like, I'm confused. That's mad irritating. And it was a little disrespectful, too. Because it was just like, let me finish what I have to say. Let me finish what I have to say. Like, she talking about something heavy. And you just always feel the need to just bring up the negative factors. It's so aggravating. I hate negative people. Oh, so Brittany's kids was in the system in foster care, and it said, she read in the paperwork that they tried to contact the dad and that the dad wanted to reunite with the children. And Marcelino is like, oh, okay, so dad trying to step up. And she's like, no, Marcelino, like, I think the word that she was going to say is pedophile. He had sex with her and they had the kids. She conceived her, she had her kids at 15 and 16. And I think she said he was almost 30 or something like that. And I'm just like, whoa. Whoa. Like, now that's heavy. Oh, okay, I ain't gonna cry. That's just so heavy because it's like, I'm sure, like, it's not a good feeling to have your kids taken away from you, but you pray that at least them being taken away from you, like, they're living a better life. And then to just find out that one of the people who you felt like ruined your life or played a part in your self-destruction, like, your kids could have went to him. Like, you don't even know. You know what I mean? And then it's like the system. How the fuck are you trying to give kids back to a man who has sex with a kid? Oh, Lord. Oh, Brittany. Girl, I thought the other episode when she took her mama to that spot was a lot, but it's just like, oh my God, Brittany's story is just, that's what I'm saying, like, Marcelino, like, I would expect him to have just a little bit more, like, compassion, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more patience, and maybe he do to the best of his ability with Brittany, but it's gonna have to be that way, because she's been through a lot. Got me up in here getting ready to cry, but, Brittany said Marcelino just doesn't want her to get her heart broken. And I think what he just doesn't understand is, like, Brittany's heart is already broken. If anything, her getting in contact with her kids, I think would just be, like, the light to her heart, regardless of what the relationship is allowed to be. Just seeing her kids and having any type of anything with her kids, you know. And it's so crazy, and I think that's why Brittany was able to forgive her mother, because her kids are gonna feel some type of way about her. Especially if, you know, they was giving back to their father and their father molested them, or they got molested in, you know, foster care, or this and that. Her kids, like, and I learned that from watching Iyanla. Iyanla Fix My Life. Like, yeah, you sitting here and you're saying all this and that to your parent, but if you have not been a parent to your children are going to be sitting in the same exact seats that you're sitting in, and you're going to be sitting where your parent is sitting. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that is part of the reason why she had a little bit of open heart with her mom, and was just wanted to get out what she went through and how she felt. You know, that was important to her. And I did like how Marcelino really tried to console her, because, like, even Marcelino didn't know what to say. Even Marcelino was like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not really the biggest fan of Marcelino, I will root for them because I just want him to be Brittany's rock. Like, I like Brittany. At first, I did not like Brittany. Like, that first season that Brittany came on and she was with Amanda and stuff, and it was doing all that extra stuff, and I feel like Brittany was just stirring up the drama. It's like, I didn't like Brittany back then, but I think Brittany was still trying to figure out if Marcelino was really who he said he was while she was in jail. And if he wasn't listening, she had her little side piece on the side ready to go. You know what I mean? But I'm happy that they've been able to start a family and sustain what they have. And I hope that we get a beautiful story at the end of this tunnel for Brittany. Marcelino says this could be a 2, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year process, right? And there's a limited amount of money that can go out every month. Like I stated before, it's just so funny how all the finances come to perspective now for him, but not when it comes to him in poker. He also feels like this is too much on Brittany. Like, she could really have a breakdown. And my whole thing is like, Brittany is already heartbroken. Like, are you not, like, I don't know if Marcelino could really feel. It's like, you're not processing, bro, like, what sister went through. Like, this whole season, which I guess is still technically season 2, like, I've been feeling for Brittany, bro. I've been feeling for Brittany. We start looking up her baby daddy, and she find out that he's in prison, and she knows when he's getting out, where he's gonna be, what time he's gonna be there. And I think that she's going to go without Marcelino. So Brittany said, listen, either I get closure or I just get some things off my chest. Either way, I got some stuff I want to say. Like, he was messing with her when she was 12. She ain't 12 no more. What's up? What's up? Brittany tall as shit, too. She'll bop your ass. We'll move on to Angela and Tony. So after Angela successfully smokes probably a whole pack of cigarettes, only judging by the number of butts that she has in her ashtray, as she does this stakeout in front of her house to make sure that Tony doesn't go anywhere, because she called him and told him that she was going to stay at Donna Faye's. So, you know, after she finished smoking her whole pack of cigarettes, she then goes in the house in her same outfit. Don't change, don't put on no nightgown, just get in her smokelicious out to eat clothes, her outside clothes, and just hop right in the bed with Tony and cuddle up. Wake up in the morning, get ready for work. Tony was like, hey, I thought you were going to spend that at Donna Faye's. And she was like, no, I ended up coming home because I didn't want you to do anything stupid. First of all, it's just like, why would you want to do all this, Angela? Why? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get it. Tony done messed up. Tony ain't nothing. But you wanting to control and do all this extra stuff. I don't have... Sis, as you can see, Angela had work in the morning. If I got work in the morning, I don't have time to sit outside of my house to watch the door to see if this nigga gonna do something or call somebody in my house. Like, She tripping, bruh. She tripping. Like, Angela, you too old for this, bruh. Like, Angela, I'm assuming Angela must like this shit, because if she really just wanted to have love and be settled down somewhere and just have a companion, then she'll be messing with Tommy. But she won't get Tommy the day of light, and I think that's because she doesn't want to get physical with Tommy. But why would you get physical with Tony? Tony is having sex with prostitutes. Like, I guess she just smokes enough cigarettes until she can't taste anything else. But I did feel like in this scene, Angela had lost her goddamn mind. Because when he was saying, like, trying to express how he felt, and she was like, I don't get what the big damn problem is. You been in jail. You been having somebody tell you what to do. At least you have more freedom here. Sis, this ain't no goddamn halfway house. Like, what do you mean a little bit more freedom? He's a free man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, this is too much. Like, you mad at him for feeling like he should have rights. All the bills is damn paid. All you have to do is... What? Excuse... Listen. Tony ain't shit, and Tony is only mad because Tony can't do what he want to do anymore and manipulate Angela the way he wants to manipulate her anymore. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm looking at Angela like, what are you, what are you getting from this, sis? What are you getting out of this? Why do you think that you gonna make these warden rules and he has to about, like, like I said, I just question why some of these people chose to be with inmates. That's all I'm saying. So Tony asks Angela, or tells Angela, you need to tone it down, quit being disrespectful. Angela got upset and was like, oh, alright, you do what you want to do. I love you. Have a good day. And my whole thing is like, Angela, you are being disrespectful. You are talking to him crazy. Like, I don't like when females decide to take a man back and then try to punish him. If you ain't over it, or if this is something that you can never get over, why take him back? Angela said her and Tony were not sexually active when the whole prostitution stuff went down. But she's hoping that all that will change now. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. Because for one, she could not wait for Tony to get out of jail. Like, she was on Tony, like, so hard. Like, y'all remember when he first got out of jail, and she was like, do you want a BJ? Or do you want a steak? And he said, I'll take the steak. Like, so Angela been, like, on Tony, been wanting to get her hands on Tony. She know Tony ain't shit. That's the reason why she keeping him around, is for the ping. So for you to try to sit here and try to play us, like, you wasn't giving Tony none, and he can't do nothing else for you, girl, bye. Takes Tony to church, where we get introduced to Brother Joey, who sits down with Angela and Tony to discuss what's really going on. I kind of felt a little bad for Tony, because I feel like if you want to make somebody go to church or go through this, like, intervention, kind of what it is, why they can't know? Like, what's up with bombarding people with stuff like this? Like, let me get my mind right. I could be having my mind a whole nother, mind frame, and you want to take me somewhere like this to, then on top of, it's like if the person wouldn't agree to it, then it probably won't stick to it. But anyways, Brother Joey actually really tried to give his best advice. He was a little thrown back the fact that Tony just got out of jail, and he was sleeping with prostitutes, and that him and Angela are still together. Because Angela says she's been going to him, which he's her pastor, about all past relationships. So I know he probably like, goddamn, Angie, you not dead yourself in this one. You don't like Brother Tommy? Brother Tommy? Okay. So Tony says he has an addiction. He's cheating on all his girlfriends. The girlfriend before that, the girlfriend before that, the girlfriend before that, the girlfriend before that, the girlfriend before that. Yeah, girl, he got an addiction. And my whole thing is like, bro, when y'all see Tony talk, I'm telling you, Tony be talking about some, like, real emotion stuff and has no emotion, bro. Like, no emotion at all. Like, he is, like, so dead eyes. So we find out a little bit about Tony and how he had an abusive childhood. My only thing is like people sometimes, especially manipulators, they know how to tell their story on cue. They know how to tell like the fuck shit that happened in their life on cue to get sympathy points. And I just don't know if that's what Tony was doing or is he really being genuine. Cause I just don't know. I don't know. I've heard those have a sex addiction problem. No, like nigga, you don't want to be an adult. You don't want to abide by any rules. You just want to do what you want when you want because you think it's all about you, which there is a category that fits in, but we can't call everybody that. I agree with the pastor. You cannot live with somebody you don't trust, and then for Angela to still say out her mouth that she still wants to get married. Baby, you are with a shell. Like, you're with a shell. That's not a man, that's a shell. That is a shell. Like, I just... So Lamar take Andrea out to a fancy restaurant. Girl, he even take off his glasses and his hat. Which lets you know he trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Try something new, trying to be romantic for your girl Andrea with this big old choker around her neck. And I just personally feel like if you're a person and your neck is already a little bit too hard to detect, wearing things like chokers and stuff, I don't think personally flatters you a whole lot, but fashion is in the eye of the beholder. You feel me? So Andrea said, you know, how did we get here and not spending time with each other? And Lamar said, well, I live in LA. You don't like LA. You know, and she said, well, you know, even when I was in LA, you know, you were spending time with your brothers and stuff. And he was like, you know, I spend time with you, spend time with the kids. At the end of the day, I might want to go play basketball for 2 hours, you feel me, with my brother. Or, you know, if it's like you don't smoke, he might want to go hit a blunt, he might want to have a shot of a drink. Like, Andrea wants all or nothing. All or manipulated, I guess I should say. She wants it all, like, she wants it all her way, like, and it's like, like, what's up with these people wanting to get people out of jail and becoming their new warden? It's sick and twisted. It really is. That's not what a relationship is. A relationship is not you being somebody's warden. Like, and it makes me feel like, well, why did you seek out an inmate in the first place? Angela and Andrea. Andrea says she's known for a while that things haven't been good. Oh, Lord, I can talk today. Haven't been good, but she didn't think it would be this hard to reconnect with her husband. Why? Why is it so hard, Andrea? Why? Let us know. Why? And if it's like, I don't understand. Like, it's so hard to reconnect with him. Y'all seem to be connected. Like, y'all went and told the kids about who the parent, the parent was. You know what I'm saying? You, what? Y'all went to the sex shop, had a good time. Y'all here at dinner. He take his hat off. He take his glasses off. He tried to meet your Mormon people. Like, where is the hard part of connecting? Like, I'm... See, this is where Andrea starts getting weird for me. We're already on a down spiral right now. At restaurant, Andrea was looking for something to fight about. Because he even said, he was like, yo, I brought you here to try to do something nice, and all you can tell me is what you don't like. And then she kept, like, egging it on. And then he finally said, girl, I spent a lot of money on you and your kids. Oh, now they're my kids. Oh, well, technically, bitch. Yeah, Tennyson and they are your kids. Like, they are your kids. Like, he's a stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? He might claim them, but at the end of the day, they came from you. They ain't even got none of his DNA. Like, only one of your kids got his DNA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you literally took that to find it and then nitpick that. Oh, I'm tired of sleeping by myself. He said, who made that decision? You did. You did. Girl, what is you talking? So she said one of them has to make the decision to move, like where they gonna live. First of all, you had a decision. Y'all was living in California. Like, yet again, like I stated, like, sis, you're the one who's trying to stay in Utah. Then secondly, it's like he said, I got work. I got school. I got other little stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a little side stuff that I'm working on and got going on. I can't just pack up and leave. Like, and my whole thing is like, I mean, sis, do you have a job in Utah? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you staying out here? Like, first of all, the most responsible and adult thing to do, like, no responsible adult can just up and move. Then on top of, like, he been in jail for so long. He would be leaving his other daughter, you know what I'm saying? The one who he had before he met you and did the do in the jail closet. Like, he got family, bro, that he has not seen in years. Like, he may not be willing to just up and leave them for a woman he met while he was in jail. Like, Lamar trying to be loyal to Andrea, but at the same time be loyal to himself too, because he said, you asking for more than me than I have to give. You know what I mean? Well, Andrea, I feel like nothing he's going to do is ever going to be enough. If he moved to Utah, the next thing that she would be bitching and complaining about is him becoming Mormon. I don't think that this is an ending thing with Andrea. I think, because the way her daughter is just so fed up and make it seem like her mom lies to her all the time and is always overly dramatic and this, and that. If her daughter feels that way, bro, and Lamar, even when Lamar was, he threw that blim out saying that Andrea had told all her friends about Priscilla before she told the kids. And he was like, yeah, I wasn't going to say nothing just yet, but she told her little sister circle, whatever, da da da. And the way he said it, it was like he knew they was going to understand where he was coming from. Even with the whole, like, diversity thing, him and Tennyson was low-key bonding in the kitchen. Like, they were both on the same page that Drea ass is crazy. Like, she be tripping sometimes. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a little diversity. She don't care about black people. And so Andrea tell Lamar, just listen to me, hear me out. We can get a divorce. You know, just think about how I feel. Think about how I feel. And it's like, are you ever thinking about how he feels? Are you ever thinking about how Lamar feels about something? Because everything Lamar feels strongly about, you don't care, it seems like. It's not that important to you. Only the things that you deem as important, like moving to Utah and him becoming a Mormon, them seem to be the only things that you were trying to force down his throat. Like, and Lamar was like, man, I don't even like hearing that. He was like, that made me feel something. Like, that made my heart jump. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Lamar was so, like, head on when he said, it's so funny how you would sit here and sacrifice. Because she said, think about all the sacrifices I made. He said, so crazy how you would sit here and sacrifice so much and then give up so easy. That was really like, yeah, girl, that don't make no goddamn sense. Like, you done waited in jail for him. You done had sex in bathroom closets and all this stuff. And it's like, this nigga wants you to live in LA for a little while longer. Or y'all move somewhere else. He didn't even say he wouldn't move. He just said he didn't want to move to Utah because, you know, black people made up less than 1%. He just want to be around some of his people. And Andrea said that's not important to her either. Like, when they had that whole argument outside. So it's just like, it's so funny to me that you would sit here and say, oh, imagine how I feel, blah, blah, blah. Like, girl, yes, he does. Like, that's why he's in Utah right now. That's why he's trying to meet these Mormons. That's why he's in this Airbnb with you and your whitewashed ass kids. Like, you feel me? Like, that's why he's sitting here trying to let these motherfuckers who don't have no father figure call him father, call him daddy. Like, Lamar is a hood ass nigga. He was he is a Crip. You know what I'm saying? Like, or was a Crip. And it's like, you expect this nigga to be some type of Utah Mormon family man when you met him in jail? Girl, Andrea, get out of here. Get out of here. Go. Go. You in that tight ass choker. Please, with the matching bracelet. Please. Said a lot of people left out of his life, you know, and he don't want to be that man where when things get rough, you know, he gone. And I think, you know, a lot of people was like, oh, Tennyson really hates Lamar. That's why when they had that meeting at the pop shop, he was like, are you guys getting a divorce? I think he said that because he knows his mama crazy. Like, where's Tennyson daddy? Where's Naya daddy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Andrea been single. Obviously, there was no more men to pick from in Utah, so she had to go and pick them out of jail. I think that Andrea has a bad track record with men. Sis crazy. Like, sis is crazy. Sis don't have it all. Sis has a personality disorder. Actually, Andrea seemed a little narcissistic to me, too, if you want. She all about herself. Even when she said that whole, like, it's not a white or a black thing. I don't give a fuck about race. Blah, blah, blah. Because you don't see any of that. Because the only thing you see is you. Everything evolves around you and how you feel. That's why you don't see nothing else. That's why you didn't notice that none of the Mormons in that whole mission thing or whatever, none of them were any other race other than white. You don't notice because all you notice is stuff that has to do with Andrea. I don't even think you really notice your kids like that because the way you dismissed your baby girl Priscilla, who only asked at that soda pop shop, so is that my real dad? That was your chance to turn to Priscilla, who, because you said this was for the kids. You need to explain to the kids. It's about the kids. Well, your cooking kid asked, like, okay, is this my dad? Like, she trying to make sure she got everything together, you know what I'm saying? And you, hush, Priscilla, calm down. What the fuck? Like, she should be able to talk. She the nigga that this is about. The fuck? Like, you will always see me take a million deep breaths when it comes to Andrea and possibly Lacey. Like them two, maybe Cheryl too, but for sure, Andrea. Andrea just makes me have to breathe a lot. Andrea said when Lamar was in jail, it was all about her. And now since he's getting out of jail and he's getting more independent, it's all about everybody else. And I'm just sitting here like, sis, what do you mean not about you? Like, sis, he in Utah right now. He didn't come to Utah for nobody else. Like, I mean, I'm sure the kids, but you and the kids. Like, I'm... Andrea act like she did not move to Utah. Sis, did you forget? You got him to agree to come to Utah to visit. You tried to manipulate him and steal his ID and held him hostage in Utah. That didn't work. He went back home to a place where y'all called home. You did not return. Yet you're holding out in Utah. Like, y'all didn't discuss, okay, we're gonna move to Utah this month, da 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 da. Like, I'm sure, yeah, in jail, yeah, you say certain things, but he had to get out and adjust. Like, you're not even trying to let him adjust with his family. You're not trying to let him adjust at all. Like, Andrea, listen, sis, I can't. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. Andrea's just too crazy. She's just too crazy. Like, you do all this stuff and then look at him and point your finger. Yeah, okay, this scene with Michael and Sarah is how it started off. It was very aggravating. Like, Sarah, like, oh, who here? Is it Megan? And he, like, no, it ain't. Like, or actually, I think he didn't even say that. I think he just said, I don't want to talk about, me and the females. My whole thing is my nigga. Like, if you, bruh, have been pretending to be him on the phone for your daughter, like, I would just be trying to figure out something where that is the main priority because you showed me so much shaky shit that I wouldn't even want to mess with you like that at all. I wouldn't even care who you with at all because you would be less than to me. She talks so much shit about Michael, but yet and still, you still pressed over this nigga with a dry ass ponytail. I'm over you and I'm over your black ass accent that comes out when you're talking to your black baby daddy. Like, I don't have time for Sarah. Then on top of, you knew he was coming to see his kids, which is something you've been pressed about for the last few episodes, right? Why would you call your mama to come pick them up? Why would you not let him play with your kids? Like, he told you he was coming. You called your mama to pick them up so y'all could have a private conversation? About him and other females? Like, I'm confused. Like, I understand that you guys are still married, but baby, he never honored your marriage from the beginning, and you knew that. He didn't even honor you as a girlfriend or a baby mother or nothing. He has never honored you, and you know that. Yet it's still like, I just don't know what you expect from this nigga, bruh. Like, I really don't, and I do not like how when she get on his face and she could tell him when she smelled his breath and call him all these type of names, as soon as he called her a bitch, get out. Wait a minute. You just called this nigga hella shit. You've been mad disrespectful and on some hyphy shit this whole conversation. Soon as he called you one bitch, all of a sudden, and get out. But I don't feel bad for Michael. Like, you brought Maria knowing what outcome it was gonna have. I thought he was gonna bring Maria to Sarah's house. Then I would understand all of this outrage. But he left that hoe at the hotel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your daughter's obviously ain't going with him. You taking legal action. Like, she's just getting hella riled up for no reason, I feel like. Like, you obviously clear as day still love this nigga. Like, even though you know he's done hella messed up stuff, your buff racist friend seems to tell you all the tea and it go through one ear and out the other. So Michael's outside after Sarah kicked him out and told him to get the hell out of her house or whatever. He outside, he's just like, I don't even know how it got to this point where we're talking about females and dudes and all this other type of stuff. Like, I'm coming for my kids. So I think when she realized that he was making her look bad, that's when she hurried him and came back outside. And she's like, let's have a yes or no conversation real quick. Like, first of all, that's not a conversation. And she started asking questions like, did you not say you were coming to see your daughter on Father's Day? Did you not say? So now she trying to flip it so it's like, okay, she could get out what he's done, what he hasn't did right. And it's like, instead of trying to find the blame, why don't y'all motherfuckers come to a common ground for the children? Obviously, y'all don't make a good couple. Obviously. So I'm just confused. Like, so Sarah breaks down after her conversation with Michael, and she's crying, and she says she doesn't know what to do, she doesn't know what's right, and she doesn't know what's wrong anymore. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She just don't want to do it. You know you shouldn't be paying his phone bill. You know you shouldn't be making these fake ass phone calls pretending that you're her daddy. Like, you know, like, you shouldn't be talking about y'all personal business to your little kids. You know what I mean? Like, you know what to do, bruh. You just don't do it. And I don't know, like, you think he gonna appreciate what you do one day? I don't know, bruh. And then it's also like, for Sarah to keep saying stuff like, why don't you just go start a family with somebody else and go take care of them and leave us alone? You didn't have these babies by yourself, sis. So either you want him to be in the kid's life or, like, you don't. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you don't really want him in your child's life and he just coming in and out sporadically and not that much, then why are you pressed? But if you want him in your child's life, then why are you pressed? Like, you gave him exactly what he wanted, which to show on camera that you are emotionally unstable. He kept his cool, but you didn't keep yours. So y'all, we get to Maria and Michael. Michael go back to the hotel. He find Maria, she by the pool, whatever. And he tell her like everything that's going down with him and Sarah. And I actually agree with Maria. Aviana crying, talk about don't take me. That's all Sarah. That is all Sarah. Like, Sarah, either you talking around your daughter about that type of stuff or you told her that. Period. She wouldn't make that up in her head or think that he gonna come take her when he ain't never took her before. Like, she ain't never went off of him nowhere before, so I don't think she would just make up that assumption herself. Like, I agree with Maria. Like, her parent that's with her 24 hours, 24/7, that's what she getting there from. So funny because as Michael's telling this story about his dad, you're doing the same cycle, my nigga. Like, I feel like your daughters are gonna feel the same exact way you did too. Like, how you feel like your dad was living a better lifestyle than you and your sisters. Your daughter's gonna think the same thing. Like, the mama already think that right now. Like, you're not really in their life either. Like, you a deadbeat ass daddy too. Like, it's so crazy how these people tell this past tell their past about how it fucks them up today as adults, but don't realize that they're doing the same fucking thing to the future generation. Their little mini-me's, their other halves. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because it's just like, okay, if you don't ever self-reflect and deal with your shit, like, all you're gonna do is pass on the cycle. Michael said he don't see things getting better with co-parenting with Sarah. He don't want to be given no rules on, you know, how long he can spend time with his daughter, when he can call and all that other stuff. My whole thing is, and he tried to say, oh, there is no co-parenting with her. Like, I can't do it. Like, going based off the words of her mouth. And it's like, my nigga, you never wanted to co-parent. My nigga, all you wanted to do was cause confusion and drama. Like, if you really wanted to co-parent and you were really serious about it, you wouldn't have brought Maria. But maybe, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to give him a pass, but maybe. Because we know the nigga ain't got no job. Maria is the reason why he brought her, was so she could pay. I'm just saying, maybe that's what it is, so Maria could pay. Like, maybe it's not, you know, because, you know, Michael finessing and using the smooches, so. Sorry, I'm eating licorice. I love the red one. It's so good. The black one, I'm like, who the hell bit that and said, oh, this tastes great, we should sell it? Who the hell said, oh, we need a purple one? You know what I'm saying? They could have stopped at red. And Twizzlers are disgusting. But moving on, we move on to John. John. Moving on to John. And Lacey's plan worked. The whole marriage and making John spin out of control and go on drugs because she know he an addict. And I just, everybody knew that scene was so, like, extra when she was looking for John the day that they were moving. And I don't even know if it was really production that did it or if it's just Lacey. Lacey is so fake. This bitch is plastic. This bitch is a Barbie. Like, for real, for real. She's plastic as shit. Like, not only from her fillers, but to her personality. She just comes off extremely fake. Like, you knew what you were doing. That's why you invited John. That's why you told him he wasn't the child's father. Like, Lacey knew exactly what she was doing. And I agree with the sister. And the sister said, I didn't like Lacey 15 years ago, and I don't care for her now. She said she's manipulative. She knows what she's doing. She told him that that child could possibly be his to keep him invested with Lacey. Like, then you get engaged to this man just to marry another one the day that he, damn near like a week before, like after he get out. Like, he can't even get out and adjust. Like, he thought he was going to parole to your house. And you got married with another nigga that you met in jail and you didn't even know. Then brought the nigga up there, or the nigga came up there on your release date. Talk about the temptation to whoop a nigga ass and get thrown back in jail the day of. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Lacey. I don't like Lacey. I don't like Lacey at all. I don't like Lacey at all. Lacey is fake. And Lacey only started thinking about John because at the time Shane didn't have a job. Like, Lacey is forever going to bounce between the two and have a 3 and a 4. I promise you. Sister is trying to speak some sense into John and let him know Lacey ain't shit. And John is giving me very much so Megan vibes. You know what I mean? When it's like somebody will present you with the truth and you'll just still be in the illusion. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I just gotta get Lacey on board. Oh, well, she's married. Yeah, I don't know why she married him. My nigga, like, if she wanted to marry you and she was so in love with you, y'all was engaged. You got out of jail, she married somebody else. How do you forgive that? Like, how? How do you just, oh, I just gotta get her back on board. For what? The bitch is disloyal. A disloyal hoochie. What are you gonna do with a disloyal hoochie? You can never go to work feeling comfortable. Like, you can never bring it around your boys and feel comfortable. She gone for extra amount of hours. You can't feel comfortable. You know why? Because you be thinking she doing something. You know why? Because she a disloyal hoochie. I don't know why men love hoes. I don't know why. I don't know. And they always want to wife the hoes. They always want to wife the hoes. They don't want nothing to do with the good girl types. They want to wife the hoes and turn them into Betty Crocker. So John's sister asked him, like, why did you come back to her? Why? Why? Like, and if you go to jail over her again, I can't promise you that none of this is going to be here for you. He was like, I ain't going back to jail for her. And she was like, that's what you said last time. Well. And it's just like, I hate when people say, oh, you can't help who you love. What? What is your love criteria? Like, what do you mean you can't help who you love? How do you love someone who does you wrong? People who love you are going to have your back. They're not going to stab you in it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is just so crazy. Like, he's like, oh yeah, she's just going to divorce him and get back with me. Like, what? Are you high right now? Like, I'm telling you, that little plastic booty and them filler lips got these niggas delusional, baby. Moving on to Shane and Lacey. So Shane and Lacey actually have a cute little date night. They go skating. It looks like Shane has never been skating before. He's falling all over the place. Lacey got her little bounce with it, you know what I'm saying? Obviously skating is her thing. She cracking up because Shane falling all over the place, trying to hold all on her. She's trying to help pick him up off the ground. It was really cute. They look like they had a good time. Well, I don't know. Lacey, she gives me a little bit of the Tony vibes with the dead face, but it's just because it don't move. So after they're done skating, Shane feels really guilty because they're having such a good time that he wants to come clean and tell Lacey the truth. And he told her the truth. He just said, hey, you know, I got really drunk one night and I made a mistake before we were married. And she said, what? And you did what? And he said, I cheated on you. And she was like, why did you even marry me? And it's just like, Lacey, sis, okay? I understand that you didn't like that shit because her whole face was looking like, oh, nigga, I will kill you. But it's like, you set it up when you was doing all that John shit. You know what I mean? Like, you brought this upon yourself. You know what I'm saying? And on top of, like, I wonder if that's why Lacey gonna end up kissing John, or she gonna do something with John, because then him and Shane supposed to be fighting or something later on in the season. Girl, Lacey be playing games. So the next thing you know, Lacey gets up and she say, don't follow me. Don't follow me. Just sit your ass right there. But he had to hurry up and take off his skates and put on his shoes, which look like some little man Ugg boots. By the time he put on his little man Ugg boots, honey, Lacey had already gotten her car and went home. Like, you had to call you an Uber or something to get home. I wasn't mad at her for that, though. She didn't cause a scene. She didn't cuss him out. She didn't do nothing. Honey, she just left him right there and went home. That's how you do it, Sarah. That's how you do it, Sarah. Sarah, you don't put all that energy. You don't put all them. You don't do all that. You don't do all that. You don't do all that. You remove yourself from the situation. Get your mind right. Evaluate it. Make your chest move. Period.